Today, we're going to talk about we are what we think. In this video, I'm going to talk about why we are what we think. And we're going to break down the limiting thoughts and beliefs that come about because of what we think. Now, Henry Ford said it beautifully. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Hello, my friends. My name's Graham, but my friends call me Coach Grazy. Now, this is the most common question that I get asked in my live workshops. Is the health and fitness industry a place for me? Because I think I'm too old, or I'm too young to be a personal trainer, or I'm not fit enough, or I've only just graduated from my fitness cert. How could I possibly ask people to pay me for my advice? Or I've never owned my own business before, or I have no experience, and the list goes on, and essentially it's just excuses manifesting from what we think. My response to this question is always the same. This industry has a place for all of you. In fact, we need you exactly the way you are. The health and fitness industry needs people of all ages, shapes and sizes, genders. It needs people from all walks of life and with all types of lived experiences, as that is exactly what your clients and your audience look like themselves. We need health industry professionals who can relate and connect deeply and authentically to our audiences. It's only your thoughts that are holding you back from achieving great success, both financially and emotionally, in this amazing health and fitness industry. Now, after listening to this short 10-minute presentation, if you implement and master the 4 simple techniques at the end and download and implement the simple steps in the free worksheet, it will, I'm sure, change your life. So please stay with me. Let me share with you my story about how my thoughts tried to hold me back. I've been building businesses and training people face-to-face for over 30 years. Then a couple of years ago, I decided it was time for me to share my life experiences, my knowledge and my passion with a bigger audience. And I needed to do that by going online. I started by purchasing some courses. And at the same time, I found myself a really good coach to ensure that I was progressing safely in the right direction. Like with any significant change in my life, there have been some stumbles and struggles along the way, I assure you. In the early days, I noticed a trend in my thoughts when I faced challenges in my online training. This stuff was all new to me. Creating videos like this one, podcasts, building blogs, building online courses, learning the technology that went with all of that was really confusing and hard for me. When it seemed things were not going my way, or it was taking far longer than I would have expected, this limiting thought kept entering my head. Maybe this just isn't for me. Fortunately, I've learned to recognize and question my thoughts. And instead of accepting them as fact, I ask myself, is this lying to me? Is this thought lying to me? As a young boy, my amazing mother, she used to say to me that she taught me that I didn't have to believe every thought that went into my mind. Thoughts lie, she would tell me. She would say your brain is often just trying to rationalize thoughts and protect you from them, but sometimes you don't need protection. When things did not go as planned, I kept thinking, maybe I'm too old for this. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe this is simply not for me. What I was actually doing was creating excuses based on my negative thoughts so that I could protect myself and let myself off the hook. It was so I didn't have to feel bad about my choices. The problem with that line of thinking is, despite some setbacks and difficulties, coaching, mentoring and training is for me. I know it's what I've been put on this planet to do. Just because I face challenges or disruptions in my journey doesn't mean that I can't continue. It just means I may have to change my mindset, maybe change my plan a little and get creative with ways to move forward. Because coaching, mentoring and training, it is for me. I know that in my heart. Learning to recognize these negative thoughts as not being accurate and not helpful now allows me to just set them aside while I work at overcoming the challenges and problems. And then I keep moving forward. Our challenges and problems are in fact our opportunities if you look at them positively. Think of it like this. Have you ever been frustrated at your own progress with your own health and fitness goals? I know I certainly have. Well, I can assure you most of your prospects and clients at some stage certainly will have as well. This means your personal challenges now present an opportunity to connect deeply with your clients because you've had the same lived experience. And as you learn to master how to frame your thoughts positively, you can become an extremely valuable asset to your existing and potential clients because your personal circumstances and lived experiences connect you on a personal and deep level with them, which in turn enables you to better serve them and help them. If I was your personal health coach and you told me you were facing challenges reaching your health and fitness goals, this is what I would say to you. Instead of focusing on what you can't do, get creative about what you can. Focus on how far you've come and stay consistent by implementing small, actionable steps and reevaluate your training program for possible ways to reignite your results. And we could do that together. I would tell you that the combination of helpful, insightful, true, meaningful thoughts combined with consistent action will get you most of the way to your goals. I would tell you that learning to recognize and overcome limiting negative thoughts can be the difference between your success and your failure. Now, we all have obstacles and struggles. That's life. We simply need to get creative about how we manage the thoughts that come to mind during these obstacles and struggles. You first need to be willing to recognize and accept your negative limiting thoughts for what they really are. And then commit to making a real change and accept that change, it usually comes with a bit of hard work. If someone was to physically threaten your financial success or your physical and mental well-being or health, would you defend yourself? You're damn right you would. How is a threat from negative thoughts or limiting beliefs on your financial success or your physical and mental well-being any different? It's still a dangerous threat. So are you going to let negative thoughts take you down? I say no, defend yourself. There are just a few limiting thoughts and beliefs that I hear from people, right, that are consistent. The people that are considering a career or business in the health and fitness industry. And this is them. I'm not fit or athletic myself. I'm not fit or athletic enough to be a health and fitness industry professional. Or I find it hard to lose weight myself. How could I possibly consult others? I don't like to work out in gyms. I've got a job I really don't like, but I simply don't have time to escape it. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm not smart enough. I don't look like the PTs on Instagram. That's a big one. I'm not coordinated enough. I like junk food too much. Well, who doesn't? I'm not physically strong enough. I don't have enough money to enjoy my own life, let alone invest in training to become a personal trainer. I'll never be a great leader with my lack of confidence. Now, the problem with these types of thoughts is that they do seem to be real and true, but it is essential to step back and consider, is it only true because I'm thinking it, because I'm acting it, and because I make it so? Now, this is the key. When you recognize these negative limiting thoughts, take a breath and simply ask yourself, does it have to be true? What if I change the way I think and change the way I act? This critical question is the one I want to ask yourself. How would I act if it wasn't true? These thoughts often come from a place of fear, and it's that fear that keeps us from experiencing new opportunities. If you've had similar negative thoughts to the ones I just rattled off, I want to assure you that you're not alone. In actual fact, most of us do. Most professionals and even successful entrepreneurs, they struggle with self-limiting thoughts and beliefs, and these things can hinder the potential to success. But the successful ones have learned how to identify and recognize negative thoughts in order to overcome them. Okay, I'm just going to recap now. Limiting thoughts create a state of mind or belief about yourself that restricts you in some way. Negative limiting thoughts usually come from a place of fear, and everyone has them. The goal is to learn how to identify them so that we can combat them so they don't prevent you from being the best self you are and reaching your amazing limitless potential. So we're now aware that we all have negative limiting thoughts. But what can we do about them? The trick is to recognize your own negative thoughts when they come up and use that recognition to reframe how you think about yourself. I don't want to go into too much detail on the belief system, as that's a topic for another chat, but suffice to say that often it is a limiting belief that can shape your thoughts, and these limiting beliefs, they often start from a young age and progressively evolve and reshape throughout your life as you encounter new challenges and negative experiences. The problem is, these negative thoughts can prevent positive new ones from forming, so we've got to fix them. Knowing the cause of your limiting belief, it is a great way to understand the thought process behind these negative thoughts and begin to manage them. But that said, I have 4 specific and simple techniques you can implement right now to attack and overcome your negative thoughts. While being able to identify negative thoughts can help you correct them in the moment, i.e. right now, learning how to overcome them does take a bit of time and practice, and you've got to work at it. Okay, here are my 4 magic techniques to attack and overcome negative thoughts so that you can explode in this amazing health and fitness industry. Just before I give you them, as a side note, the free worksheet provided in this presentation, it's going to go into a lot more detail than these 4 techniques that I'm going to tell you now, and it steps you simply and quickly through the entire process. All right, tip 1 is to identify and write down self-limiting thoughts and beliefs in a journal. The simple act of writing it down on a piece of paper with a pen or pencil will often show and highlight the negative thought for what it really is, a lie. Tip 2 is to consider the accuracy of this thought. Ask yourself if this thought, does it really have any merit? And is there any hard evidence supporting this thought? Tip 3 is to combat the negative thought by reframing it into a positive affirmation. And tip 4, and this is the one that I believe is the most powerful, and it is quite simple: never give up. Never give up. Attack that limiting thought through consistent small actions. Okay, so download the worksheet if you want some more detail. And it does contain simple and highly effective steps to guide you through these techniques. Whether you use one or a combination of the 4, that's really up to you. But each of the techniques can help you overcome negative limiting thoughts and beliefs. What I want you to do, believe in yourself, believe in your friends, believe in your family, believe in your community, and believe in your team, because I believe in you. Everyone experiences negative thoughts and self-limiting beliefs. So when you experience one, remember that you're not alone. The important thing isn't to expect to completely eliminate negative thoughts. That's just not possible. But to learn to overcome them and focus on the positive. When you change your perspective on this, it can change your life. If you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. Now, wherever you're watching this or reading it or listening to it, I sincerely hope that I've helped you in some small way. And please don't hesitate to reach out to me or my team if you need anything else from us. The world needs inspirational individuals just like you. Please help me change the world in a positive way by following me on social. You can find me on Instagram at coach_Grazy. That's coach_Grazy. I'm Coach Grazy, and I look forward to chatting to you again next week.